Hello and welcome to Computology Academy, and today we are going to discuss the next mains answer writing practice question which was published today in the morning time on our different social media channels such as Telegram, Instagram, Facebook, etc. and on our WhatsApp status also. So for these questions you can go on to the social media channels and you will find the question. Do practice the answer writing in the daytime as per your convenience, and you may come over to our YouTube channel for the discussion. So here today's question was, India is currently serving its 8th term. So here the information is already provided. What is the current situation in the UN Security Council with regard to India as a non-permanent member. So India is a non-permanent member, and as per the rule, every non-permanent member is elected from different regions for 2 years term. So currently India is serving its 8th term for 2021-22. India has been elected in the June last year and has joined the UN Security Council as non-permanent member in January 2021. And thereafter the question starts, how India can utilize the membership of this elite group. So what kind of opportunities that can be with India in regard of being the member of the UN Security Council. So question asks that, and thereafter there is again a part of question, what are the challenges that India may face during the membership of UN Security Council. So here there are two parts of question, and both the parts are of equal weightage. So half of the deliberation should be provided to how India can utilize the membership of this elite group, and half of the weightage should be given to the challenges that India may face during its membership to the UN Security Council. So here in the introduction, we will start with the current scenario in the UN Security Council with respect to India, that India has begun its 8th term on January 2021 as the non-permanent member of the UN Security Council, and India will be serving here twice as president. So India had served as president in August 2021 and again in December 2022. India will be the president of the UN Security Council. So being the president of the UN Security Council is a very important thing, because as India will be the president, so it will guide the discussions, the motives, the agendas of the UN Security Council, and it will be very important situation in regard of India to control and curtail various discrepancies and various challenges which are in front of India. So here India pledged, when it joined the UN Security Council as the non-permanent member, to be guided by 5 priorities. So India has enumerated its 5 priorities when it will be serving as the non-permanent member of UN Security Council. So the first priority was effective response to international terrorism. So international terrorism is not a matter of concern only for India, but throughout the world it is a matter of concern. It is hampering the international peace and tranquility, and it is causing many more damages to the international community, whether it is in respect of livelihood, whether it is in respect of life, whether it is in respect of infrastructure, etc. Whatever you say, the international terrorism is a great threat to the whole world. So India has said that it will be promoting an effective response to the international terrorism. Thereafter, reforming the multilateral system. So here India is of the view that various international organizations, multilateral organizations such as UN Security Council and others are not representative of the current global scenario. So India is of the view that a reform is needed in the multilateral systems and organizations, and India will be pushing for the UN Security Council reforms, because India is of the view that India should also be a permanent member of the UN Security Council, and India is being supported by various nations also. However, time and again, China is blocking such reforms with the help of Italy and other European countries also. In the European countries also, there are two groups. One group is supporting the reforms in the UN Security Council, and another group is hindering the reforms, blocking the reforms. So this is the situation, and India will again be pushing for the reforms. Thereafter, comprehensive approach to international peace. So international peace is supported by India on its principle of Vasudevam Kutumbakam. India has always said that India will be in support of peace and tranquility and development of all the regions, and this is again reiterated by India by saying that this will be one of the principles that will guide its action in the UN Security Council when it will be a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council. Thereafter, security and technology with human touch. So time and again we have seen that many a times the security issues doesn't consider the human rights. Many of the times the human rights are violated. Like if some terrorist activities are going somewhere, but whenever there is an action on that terrorist activity by any global power, so it doesn't mean that terrorists will be only affected. There are common peoples also. So here India is of the view that any security action, any action to maintain the global peace and security, that should be through human rights action, that should be supporting the human rights action, considering the human rights issues also. And again, the technology, like we have seen that there are security breaches, there are human rights breaches, privacy breaches, different kinds of issues are arising because of the technology. So India is of the view that it should also be upheld, and here India will be in support of that. Now next, India has said that it will try to achieve its priorities through 5S mechanism. So 5S mechanism, what does it states? First one is Samman, so that India will respect the sovereignty, integrity and all those things of the other nations and communities also. Thereafter, Samvad, through talks. So not through the use of force, but through the use of talks, India want to further its priorities. Thereafter, Sahyog, through the use of cooperation. So the cooperative effort is needed to achieve these priorities. Shanti, so peace should be maintained and there should not be any confrontation at all. Thereafter, Samriddhi, so ensuring the progress of all the global common people. The progress will ensure the prosperity, and thereafter the people will be in a better position to lead a good life, and there will be less confrontation, because time and again the confrontation arises because of deprivation. Whenever a person is deprived of anything, then to achieve that thing, the confrontation starts. So India is of the view that the progress of each and every person throughout the globe will ensure that there is no confrontation. Thereafter, we will come to the body part, and here we will discuss about the opportunities that India will be having while being the member of UN Security Council as a non-permanent member. So the first opportunity will be making the UNSC more effective and more representative. So India is trying to make the UN Security Council more effective and more representative. How it will be done? There should be increase in the seats of permanent as well as the non-permanent members in the UN Security Council, and India is vocal about this time and again. Time and again India is pushing for the reforms in the UN Security Council, and India will again be pursuing this cause. Thereafter, strengthening the climate change dialogue. So, climate change is a global issue. It is not impacting any particular nation or any particular region, but it is a global issue, and each and every country, each and every person will be affected by the climate change. So, India will again have an opportunity to push for the climate change dialogues and further increase the efforts to check the climate change. India is the only nation among the G20 nations which had achieved the nationally determined commitments twice in a row, 2 years consecutively. So, India is in a better position to pursue other countries because India can show that we have already achieved this and other nations can also do that. So, this is the motive. Thereafter, fight against terrorism. This is a cause time and again with India. India is facing the terrorist threat time and again. Continuously, we are seeing that in J&K there is unrest, in the northeastern states there are unrest. Time and again in the different internal regions of India also there are terrorist attacks. So, India will be pushing for this also. Then check the growing hostility of China. China is hostile against India and it is pushing towards Indian borders, and India is threatened by China for the armed attack, and for this, to check the hostility of China, India can use the UN Security Council. India will push that the international laws are not being followed by China and there should be some check on China. Thereafter, strengthening the new coalitions like Quad and other different coalitions, whether it is economic coalitions, whether it is security coalitions, whether it is collective effort coalitions, whatever it would be, India will be in a position to further its motives here also. Thereafter, engagement with the traditional partners. So, India is having various traditional partners in the global south like Brazil, South Africa, Australia, etc. And India will be in a position to strengthen its engagement and partnership with the global south while being a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council. Thereafter, India will be initiating the debates on the emerging issues like the biological weapons, security threats, technological snooping, etc. So, all these topics can also be discussed in the UN Security Council by India, and India will have an opportunity to raise these issues also. Thereafter, bid for the UN Security Council permanent seat. India will be sitting in the UN Security Council itself. So, India will be in a better position to push for the UN Security Council. India can be in a position to bring in front of the other permanent members and non-permanent members the issues that is being faced by the UN Security Council itself for not being representative and not giving the due representation to the other global nations, other nations of the globe who deserve that, and that should be the other opportunity. Thereafter, reforming the peacekeeping efforts. Many a times we see that many of the nations go on to attack other nations in the name of checking the terrorism, in the name of peacekeeping, and in the name of helping that nation to maintain the law and order and to check the civil war situation, etc. However, that can be done with a liberal manner also. So, here India will be in a position to reform and to push for the reforms in the peacekeeping efforts of the UN Security Council. It is the issue to discuss, because many a times where the intervention of the UN Security Council is needed to maintain the peace in any particular region, and in that situation also the UN Security Council doesn't go on to intervene in that situation to pass a resolution in the respect of that situation. However, in some situations UN Security Council go further than its mandate and go on to intervene in many regions even though it is not mandated for that. So this should be reformed. This attitude of UN Security Council should be changed. Thereafter, challenges, consensus over definition of terrorism. Here, India is of the view that there is no good terrorism, no bad terrorism. However, since 1990s, India is trying to make a consensus on the definition of terrorism. India is trying to make a proper recognition of the activities which are related to terrorism. But many of the nations are of the view that समथिंग आर गुड टेररिज्म एंड समथिंग आर बैड टेररिज्म, और आज के डेट में वही लोग भुक्तभोगी भी हो रहे हैं, वही कंट्रीज भुक्तभोगी भी हो रहे हैं. एंड दिस गुड टेररिज्म बैड टेररिज्म कॉन्सेप्ट वाज बेसिकली ऑफ USA. When USA needs that it can use some of the terror groups or some of the rebellion groups against any nation, then it will say that it is a good terrorism. जब अपना काम निकल रहा हो तो गुड टेररिज्म हो जाता है, जब अपना काम नहीं निकल रहा हो तो बैड टेररिज्म हो जाता है. दैट इज द सिचुएशन विथ USA. अपना काम बनता भाड़ में जाए जनता वाली हिसाब किताब है इनकी. एंड दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई इंडिया इज ट्राइंग टू मेक अ कंसेंसस, बिकॉज टाइम एंड अगेन द पाकिस्तान makes the statement that the people who are indulged in the terrorist activity in Jammu and Kashmir, they are terrorists who are fighting. They are not terrorists, in fact they are the rebellious peoples who are fighting for the freedom of Jammu and Kashmir. और यहीं पर ये जो दिक्कत आती है definition of the terrorism that comes into picture, because Pakistan gets an opportunity to define it as a good terrorism, and this is why India needs to define terrorism. However, it is a big challenge in front of it, because most of the nations are not supporting India in this respect. Thereafter, China's assertion. Time and again China is asserting itself and blocking any reforms in the UN Security Council, as well as if India pushes to certify or to pass any resolution on any terrorist or any terrorist organization which are supported by Pakistan and which are originating from Pakistan and POK, occupied Kashmir, then China comes into picture. China becomes assertive and China blocks that resolution. अजहर महमूद के केस में हमने देखा था चाइना ने कितनी बार वो रिजोल्यूशन उसे ग्लोबल टेररिस्ट घोषित करने का ब्लॉक किया था, and because of that there was a delay in pronouncing him as a terrorist. And again, post-COVID pandemic global order. So after the COVID pandemic, the global order has changed considerably. The economic situation of the world, the trade relations, the trust factor, all these things have changed considerably. Even the global supply chain has got affected to a great extent. Now there are many countries who are opposed to China, and they should be opposed to China. फैक्टर तो वही था सारे इस कर्मकांड का, इस पेंडेमिक का, तो भुक्तभोगी तो बनना ही है. बट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट द होल वर्ल्ड वाज डिपेंडेंट ऑन चाइना एज अ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब फॉर डिफरेंट थिंग्स, चाहे वो ऑटोमोबाइल चिप्स हो, चाहे वो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गुड्स हो, कुछ भी हो. For from a simple thing to a bigger objects also, most of the world was dependent on China, and because of this COVID pandemic, most of them have got infuriated against China and they are not going to support China in this matter, and because of this the global scenario, the global order has got changed. तो इंडिया को ये भी ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा कि while pushing for any changes, while trying to further its own motives as well as the motives of common good of the globe, that should be here only after considering the global order that has got changed after the COVID pandemic. Thereafter, geopolitical issues. So in the geopolitics, there is no permanent friend, there is no permanent enemies. What plays in the geopolitics is one motive. आपको किससे फायदा हो रहा है, यहाँ पर ना तो कोई परमानेंट दुश्मन है ना कोई परमानेंट दोस्त है, यहाँ पर सिर्फ वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट है, अपनी इंटरेस्ट फुलफिल हो रही है, यू आर इन अ पोजिशन टू फर्दर योर ओन मोटिव, देन ही इज योर फ्रेंड, अदरवाइज ही इज योर enemy. That is the situation in the geopolitics. Geopolitics works on this principle, and here India will be in an awkward situation because India is having good relations with USA as well as Russia. However, these two are staunch opposer of each other, and because of this, many of the things which India wants to get done from the UN Security Council, that may be linger behind because of the archaic rivalry between US and Russia. Thereafter, USA and Iran. The current situation between the USA and Iran is also not good because of the nuclear weapons issue and other things. Here what happens, India is again having good relations with Iran. India has invested too much in Chabahar port. India is trying to reach out to the Central Asian regions using the Chabahar post and international north-south corridor. However, USA is continuously imposing the sanctions on Iran, and because of this, the investment of India in Iran is getting stuck, and India is not in a position to use or to harness the fruits of investment which it has made in Iran. Again, Pakistan, Afghanistan nexus. This was not the situation before 15th of August 2021, because before that India was having a good relationship with the democratically elected government of Afghanistan. But after the takeover of Afghanistan by Taliban, the influence of Pakistan has got increased considerably in Afghanistan government and the politics of Afghanistan, and because of this situation, India will be in an awkward situation to further its motives. And here again what happens, India's investment in Afghanistan as well as the peacekeeping efforts, development efforts, have all those gone in waste because of the takeover of a terrorist group of Afghanistan. So here that is the situation. Now in the conclusion, what we would write that India need more pragmatism according to the current global situation. India should push for its own opportunities and for own motives, but that should be calculated steps. India should not be in a hurry to achieve as much as it can from being a non-permanent member of UN Security Council. So here India should be cautious about that. And persuasion versus confrontation. So India should be pursuing the other nations and members of the UN Security Council to further its motive, rather than confronting them, because confrontation is not a solution of anything. USA confronted the Taliban for 20 years, but was it possible to eradicate Taliban or to place a democratically elected government even after 20 years? That was not the situation over there. And finally, USA had to leave Afghanistan. So that was the situation. That is why persuasion is better than confrontation. With the use of force, too many things can't be done. Most of the things can't be done. आप लड़ाई झगड़ा करके सामने उससे कबूल करवा लोगे, लेकिन आपके जाने के बाद आपके पीछे वो उस चीज़ को फॉलो करे ना करे, उसको सपोर्ट करे ना करे, ये उसकी खुद की मर्जी। और मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम आप अगर किसी को कन्फ्रंट करके, किसी से लड़ाई झगड़ा करके कोई बात मनवा लेते हो, आपके हटने के बाद वो उस चीज़ को फॉलो कभी नहीं करेगा। वाइल इन द सिचुएशन ऑफ परसुएशन, आप उनको ये चीज़ें बताते हो कि इससे क्या फ़ायदे हैं, क्या इसका बेनिफिट्स है, क्यों करना चाहिए, and if he gets convinced for that particular thing, then he will be following that even if he is not in front of you. So that is the use of persuasion, that is the aura of persuasion, benefit of persuasion, that is why confrontation से ज़्यादा बेनिफिशियल कभी भी persuasion ही रहेगी. Thereafter, permanent seat issue. India should be pushing for the reforms in the UN Security Council, और इंडिया इसमें बहुत पहले से लगा हुआ भी है. टाइम एंड अगेन इंडिया इज pushing and making its voice vocal in the world scenario for the UN Security Council reforms and for a permanent seat in the UN Security Council. और यहाँ पर again, while being the non-permanent member of UN Security Council, as well as when India will be serving again in December 2022 as the President of UN Security Council, India should try for the reforms of UN Security Council and for getting a permanent seat in the UN Security Council. So this should be the flow of these questions, and if you find this video informative, do share and subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload new videos. And for the questions, you may follow us on these social media channels on our website. Various courses are going on. You can visit our website also and purchase the various courses. And the subscription button is here. The links for the social media channels are provided in the description. And for any queries, do comment in the comment box or get in touch with us through various channels which are provided in the description below. Thank you very much and have a nice day.